he designed them in the style of vintage labor posters, and so they have this very graphic visual impact.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.
We have 4 exhibits. In this gallery we have Piotr Szyhalski. He is an artist and professor from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and this is called a COVID-19 Labor Camp Report. This is a series that started out with a single drawing on March 24th, 2020 in response to the pandemic and the shutdown, nationwide shutdown. And it gradually became this daily practice for him. And he produced 225 drawings that ended on Election Day in 2020. He started posting them on Instagram, and then I think that that's really what spurred him on to do it daily. A lot of the posters became about, how the government was dealing with COVID and the uncertainty of the whole situation. And then gradually, other things were going on as well, politically and in the community, and that started to make its way into these posters as well. And he designed them in the style of vintage labor posters, and so they have this very graphic visual impact. He put together a digital file for us of all 225 of the posters so that we could put it on our wall, a single wall in the gallery. And then we suggested to him that he should consider enlarging a few of his favorites so that we would have some that are about 6 foot tall to make a huge impact, because he had never produced any that large in the past. The show was originally suggested by Michelle Nelson, who's the graphic design professor in the Department of Visual and Dramatic Arts, and she sent me the link to his Instagram account and an article about him. And that was pretty early on, and I wasn't sure I would be able to get the show here where the work would be relevant, at just the timing of things. And so it turns out that, when we thought things were going to be calming down, they've ramped up a bit with COVID. And so I think the posters, a lot of them are as relevant as ever. Matthew Kolodziej's open storage, he likes to refer to it as a memory box. And a lot of his work deals with time and dislocation and makes references to archaeological sites and architecture. With this exhibition, he is showing some of his paintings on canvas, but he also incorporated new pieces that are specific to the space here at the McDonough. So I think that'll be exciting for people and for students and artists to see as well, the way he's really utilizing this specific space. Donald Black's exhibition is a series of portraits of children, and Donald lives in Cleveland, and he feels that, in the city of Cleveland there is a lot of poverty, a lot of violence and trauma, and he wanted to portray children just having normal days, being children, as kind of a counterbalance to the trauma and violence and poverty that they sometimes experience. And then There Are Scenes in Purgatory is a group show, students from Carnegie Mellon, and they're sort of dealing individually in their own way with these ideas of the fluidity of power, instability of control, and the sort of way that memory can be shifted and remembered inaccurately or accurately. And so it's a bit of a more open-ended kind of definition to their exhibition, and you'll see some connections between the work even though it's very diverse. The shows run through March 5th, and the galleries are open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 4. We have no restrictions in terms of numbers like we had early in the pandemic. But you do have to wear a mask when you come into the museum. We do provide hand sanitizer and things like that. The shows are so individual and so varied that I think anyone will find something that they're interested in, and I think they're all very strong artists and very, very strong artwork in their own way, which is, very different. And I would just encourage people to come and check it out because I think they will find something, that touches them or reaches them in some way.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.